I just finished Logan Paul's video. I'm honestly almost without words. Hi guys, what's up? Happy 2018. Welcome back to another vlog. I'm just gonna do a sit down video today because I just finished watching Logan Paul's video and I just feel like there's so much I need to talk about. Also, sorry I look disgusting right now. It's like 7 in the morning. I was actually just up to check my email and I just went on Twitter for a second and Logan Paul was all over my timeline, and I'm just so used to him and Jake being like in the news and you know everyone talks about them all the time that I kind of just was like, oh god, what did they set on fire? And instead you know, obviously something way more serious happened. Logan Paul did a very messed up video. I found it and watched it and there's just so much wrong with it. I was gonna film, you know, kind of like as I was watching it just because it's kind of easier to like touch on different points like as you go, but I just don't wanna, I don't wanna have any clips of that video in my video. I don't wanna promote that kind of content. It's disgusting. I don't recommend watching that video. If you haven't seen it, just know that you're not missing anything. It was not a good video. If you're a fan of Logan and Jake, and I think Philip DeFranco talked about, you know, the like to dislike ratio on that video is still crazy. Like, I mean, there were still tons of likes on it. And the scary thing is that I feel like a lot of that core audience is not, they don't care. Like, you know, they're fine with it. I am not like a Logan and Jake hater. I'm not someone who just blindly is like, oh, they're doing really well, they're really successful, I'm gonna hate on them, you know, not that. And I feel like there are people like that who just get jealous of other people's success and, you know, just start hating. I first saw their videos actually last summer. I was really just curious because you guys know I have this vlog channel which I kind of just like post whatever I want to on, but I have a main channel, and just as a creator, when you see someone who just like kind of goes like this and like really skyrockets in the community, it's interesting. At least I think it is. So I was just kind of like more curious, I guess, it's like what they were doing, because it was just so wild to me because they're both so wildly successful. So I watched both of their videos and I can see why everyone was really entertained. I watched Jake's first. This is not me hating on Jake Paul. For me, it's like not kind of the content that I like to watch, but I definitely understand why everyone was really into it. And with Logan, I actually liked his content a little bit better just because I felt like he was really positive. I don't know, I just liked the vibe of his videos more, but obviously that changed a lot today. The thing is, I understand why Logan thought he did a good job with that video. I don't think he did, just for the record. It was a terrible video. I'm just saying, I think that in his mindset, he thought he had, you know, an interesting video and highlighted an important issue and that it was okay to post. It's not. You know, the problem with that video, there's a million problems with that video. It's so incredibly disrespectful. First of all, one of the things that aggravated me the most is, you know, they go into the forest and they're like, oh, this is not what we expected. And I'm like, if you just like, and I'm sure they took a second to read about it, and you know, if anyone goes on Wiki for 5 seconds, you can learn what to expect going into that forest. It's also in the name. And then the other thing was, you know, he was like, well, you know, my purpose of all of this was to highlight this important issue, and it's like, your purpose of going into that forest was actually just to go ghost hunting and, you know, probably clickbait people that way. Then, you know, even in his apologies, like, I didn't do it for views, you know, I already get views, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, you picked the most obscene, outrageous part of that video and made it your title and thumbnail. Like, of course you did that to get views, you know? That's, like, I'm sorry, that's just what it is. It's, you know, if it was about suicide, he could have made a video just sitting down and, you know, explaining what he saw and then, you know, given informative information on suicide prevention. But instead, you know, he goes into this forest, he completely disrespects the victim of this by filming his body. And I mean, and also just like, not that there's any level of filming a body that would ever be okay, but I mean, they are standing like this close to the body, filming it and laughing about it. You know, it's just so incredibly not okay. And then he kind of tries to like justify it by like blurring the guy's face and, you know, saying they're respecting his privacy. And it's just like, you filmed this man's body for millions of people to see. Like, in no way did you respect his privacy. That's disgusting. I think the last thing that made me just kind of want to like close my computer forever was when he was like, oh, there are kids running around and they shouldn't be allowed to see this. And it's just like, your core audience is children, and not only did you expose them to the suicide force, but you brought them 2 feet away from a body and laughed about it. Biggest hypocrite I've ever seen. And you know, you can see, if you watch the video, you can see like, I haven't watched these videos in a while. I don't know who the girl is that they were with, but she was like laughing about it. She's on her phone texting, and then she's like, we found a dead body, like literally smiling and like borderline jovial. It was just unreal. You know, he tries to justify that he handles uncomfortable situations with humor, and I get that. Like, I do. I know that people do that. I know people who do that. The difference is those people are not online influencers with, you know, 15 million subscribers setting an example for kids across the world. I've seen people who just like inappropriately like laugh and react to something, but like they were making light of it. They took shots when they left the forest. I mean, there's a line between this is uncomfortable laughter and this is inappropriate behavior. And I think that was just crossed so far. I really try to see things from like different people's perspectives, and still, you know, I think my disappointment, of course, is, you know, first with Logan, because obviously, you know, at the end of the day, he's an adult. He knows YouTube better than most people do, and never once in my life as a content creator would I watch that video back and think that it was appropriate to upload to my channel. And I would think most people would say the same thing. Do better, because that's fucking disgusting. My disappointment is also with YouTube, because, you know, there have been so many other creators that get penalized for doing the most minuscule things and get demonetized or like basically disowned by YouTube. And Logan does that, and there's no repercussion. You know, YouTube hasn't said anything about it, I don't believe. Let's check. Let's see if YouTube said anything about this. That's what I'm curious about too. Nope, not a thing. Yeah, so YouTube doesn't say anything about him doing this. Also, the other thing, and if you guys don't create videos, then you might not know this, but one of the things YouTube's been doing lately is that they basically flag different videos as not suitable for all advertisers. So instead of being able to monetize a vlog or a main channel video, it gets this little like yellow dollar sign that basically just means that you're running limited ads, which means like no ads. And it's because YouTube thinks your video is not like family friendly. At least that's what my understanding is. I know there's more to it than that, but like the number of videos that get flagged, like me and Adeline have talked about this, like she's posted vlogs that are completely appropriate. You guys know she's like, you know, basically like a little Disney Channel girl, and I am too, you know? So, you know, we post very family-friendly content and get flagged. Like one of my last videos to get not suitable for all advertisers was me getting my puppy, like literally just going to pick up a golden retriever puppy, and YouTube says it's not appropriate. And yet Logan can actually publish this video and YouTube does nothing about it. That is what drives me insane. And I know he didn't monetize that video, but the thing is that video should never have gone up in the first place, and YouTube lets that go up. I'm disappointed in the community in so many different ways, and I'm so disappointed that we feature creators who do things like that, because it's disgusting. And I get that people make mistakes, but that is just so far past just being a mistake. You know, it's kids that watch him. It's just, and it's teaching them, you know? And I think from the like to dislike ratio, it is also speaking volumes that kids are not thinking about this issue seriously because they see it joked about online. If you're watching this and you just randomly found this video and you are, you know, thinking about suicide, first of all, please do not watch Logan's video. Second, please know that it's not a joke and it's not laughable. And I'm gonna just leave information down below if you need someone to talk to. Just know that your life is valuable and it's worth living. And you know, if you're going through something tough, things will get better. See it out and just trust me, it's worth doing, you know? I love you guys so much. I promise more positive, happy videos coming up. I still have a vlog left from Vlogmas that I haven't posted, so let me know if you guys want to see that or if I should just start fresh, new vlogs. And yeah, I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video.
Soul's getting thinner, and my strides getting longer.